Yo, what's poppin', everybody? Salute, salute. Banger, what's up? What's poppin'? What it look like? Lucifer Brim, salute. I started to see everybody coming in. Papa Song Money, salute. Tipsy, salute, bro. You all right? Bank Young Gun, salute, salute. Morocco, salute. $32 Savage, top of the top. Dre Bob Kings Robinson, salute. That's my boy right there. Make sure y'all tune in to my boy, Dre Bob Kings Robinson. William Lewis, salute. DJ Supreme, Hilltop Media HD, yo. Everything good, William Lewis. Ray Leon Rivera, salute, salute. Yeah, man. I don't know if y'all remember, but you already know, Tipsy. Remember I had did a live and I let a doctor explain about the hydrochloroquine in the Z-Pack. Salute, salute, 32 Savage. Appreciate you. And since I did my research on it, I went and bought it. I ain't gonna lie, it's expensive. Lucifer Brim said he almost got stuck with the flu on mattress. Oh yeah, Young Guns. That's what I meant to look at. I'm so glad. Matter of fact, hold on, my pen at. Yeah, I was waiting for you too, Young Guns, because I wanted to know. You said Jesus was on top of the tree. Salute, Dre Vibes King Robinson. Salute, man. I appreciate you, bro. Facts. Jesus on top of the tree. Yeah, I got that one. Back Young Guns. Trey Will, the medicine fighting the corona. How much? I'm not gonna lie. You don't gotta take a lot of it. I had to go through like a test and all that where they test you because they gotta know all your, like, if you had asthma, if you had certain ailments, they gotta watch the dosage that they give you. So it comes with Assassin BX, salute, Richard Evans all day. So just in case, man, I don't know who that Buster is. So what I'm saying is that you got to be careful if you order this medication. Also, another thing, they running out of this medication. Yeah, the meme didn't make you laugh yesterday. Nah, I didn't even see it. I didn't see it, Ray Leon Rivera. You gotta show it to me. I ain't gonna lie. Yesterday I was off. Yesterday I was off because I wasn't feeling too good myself. You know what I'm saying? You got to be very, very careful when you go shopping. Wear gloves. Facts, Iraq 152. Salute, salute. Appreciate you, the 5 stars on the building. Trey Williams. Yeah, they running out of the medication. Well, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, they kind of running out of the medication because what's happening is that you're not supposed to take a lot of it anyway. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to only take. Let me see. I'm gonna tell you right now because I got a prescription for it. So the way you take it. So the way you take it is for the first day, you take 2 4 times a day, and then every other day you take 2 once a day. But it's only for like a week or 2, and then that's it. You know what I'm saying? So you got to take that. Right now, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? But I got to be precautionary because I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna keep it funky, yo. You know what I'm saying? This, you got to be careful when you go into a supermarket and you picking up like a box of cereal or a can of fruit or whatever. You don't know who touched that before you. The bud. Yesterday I did like about a half hour to an hour research on the bud. You gotta be careful when you get your bud because it can be transferred through the bud, which was crazy. You can actually transfer the coronavirus through weed. Yeah, so you gotta be careful. Shade Money King, man. Can't nobody say no such thing like that. They ain't got no power. They ain't nobody, man. That's something that you ignore. That's some old internet stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna break certain things down in a little bit. Eli Delgado, salute. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, you gotta be careful smoking bud. You gotta be careful what you touch in the store. When they say quarantine, they ain't joking. Worse, for smoking bud, it can pass to you. Yes, Trey Williams, it can pass to you. You'll catch it. Yeah, Banks Young Guns. I read that too the other day. Yes, 32 Savage, that's a fact. I got the prescription here. I ain't gonna lie, that thing was expensive, yo. It's on demand right now. It's expensive, man. You're gonna run at least $200-300 on that. And you don't take much. You only take it for like about a week, I think it is. A week or 2 weeks. That's it. You don't take it no more after that. Once it's in your system, it's in your system. I had to even take a tutorial on it. There's a tutorial on it. It shows you how the coronavirus is a germ, right? Let me see if I can do it on this piece of paper. So the coronavirus, this is the way I was taught. This would be the coronavirus, this circle right here. See that? Now on that circle, you got what they call 3 proteins on the circle, right? Those are the 3 proteins that's on the circle. That what happens is that those are the things, that's what gives it its strength. So what they're saying is that when you have hydrochloroquine in the Z-Pack, what it does is it blocks it from being able to affect you and gain any strength. Like I'm still doing research on it. Love family, salute. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, bro. You know what I'm saying? I had to take a whole course on this yesterday. I had to research it and all that. I had to look at, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, this is the way I learned of it yesterday. So they saying that the COVID-19 will be this circle right here, and these proteins at the end of it is 3 of them. So what the hydrochloroquine in the Z-Pack does is that it blocks those proteins from being able to affect you. It stops it from growing. Because once it grows in your system, then you got to fight it. You see what I'm saying? You know, so you know, take it serious, man. Don't take it as a joke. You see what I'm saying? Nah, I didn't get it. The BK way. Nah, I didn't get it. But see, me myself, I barely catch colds. Yeah, I barely catch colds. Salute, Pistol Game. William Silver in the building. Salute. I barely catch colds. But when you barely catch colds, you got to be careful. Because when you barely catch colds, when you do get a cold, it'll be serious. You see what I'm saying? So you got to protect yourself. John Strutt, big up Wildcat, UK in the building. Salute to UK. I hope they doing okay out there. But you know, me out of precautionary levels, what I did was I rested more yesterday because I felt a little hot, and I continue on with my green tea. I'm feeling like a new man right now. But I still went and got that prescription because when I did the research on it, it was worth the bread. It's saving lives actually. But what they giving it to, here's another thing you got to be careful because they only giving it to nurses, people that work in hospitals that's around that the virus and all that to protect them so they can help you. Why did you get the prescription for the Z-Pack? Because it comes with, like for example, if you tell them you got like, for example, you tell them you got like asthma or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Um, then they got to give you the Z-Pack because the Z-Pack, what it does is that if you have like real bronchital type of asthma, the Z-Pack makes it more safe for it to come conquer yours. You see what I'm saying? So it came the BK way. It came with the prescription. Yo, Eli Delgado, I thought so too. But what they saying is that when you smoke in the bud, because the bud attaches to your lungs, and that's mostly the one of the areas that where it hits you at, and your bronchial area. Remember, when you smoke, you inhale, it goes past your bronchial area. Yeah, I just finished my. Oh, you had got a real 718. Yeah, yeah, Chris Nelson. I remember Roll. He was down in one lower. Man, cuts on his face. You know what I'm saying? So you know make sure that when you go to these stores, man, you gotta wear the gloves. You gotta wear the face mask. This is not a joke. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even think we got the worst of it. I don't even think we got the worst of it. I think there's more bad to come. You know what I'm saying? So me, I'm gonna be there's not survival in quarantine. Yeah, I mean, so the quarantine part, right? But before I go into that, I just want to say make sure when you go to the store, you wear gloves, you wear your face mask. The stuff that you take off the shelf that somebody might have grabbed, looked at it, changed their mind, and put back. You gotta think of it. That stuff might have, if that person had the virus, it's on it. It stays on surfaces. Yeah, I know, John Strutt. I be knowing back, young guns. Yeah, real 718. That's a fact. So it's always good to be on point to these things. Me, I don't play these games. The minute I saw that this thing is like so easy to catch, and you gotta take so many precautions. You know what I did? I went and did the research on the hydrochloroquine and the Z-Pack. I watched about 5, 6 videos on it. I actually that's the reason why I'm able to explain it with the same way they explained it right here. That's the way they explained it. This was the virus, these were the proteins, and they go and they attach to you, and they start to kill you, mess you up, mess your whole system up. You know what I would listen, Eli Delgado. What I would say is, if you're gonna smoke bud, I'm gonna say you gotta be careful where you get it from. You see what I'm saying? You gotta be careful where you get it from. You got a lot of dirty dudes. You know what I'm saying? They'll throw on a mask and all that, but the way they handling the stuff, it's not, it's not kosher. The way they handling it. You see what I'm saying? Dudes might get something, and where they got it from, it was people over there that had it. Now, while they was had it, they was bagging up and whatever they was doing, it went into the weed. You know what I'm saying? Then when you light it, the smoke form of it goes into your bronchi. You see what I'm saying? So just be careful where you get it from. That would be my main thing. Be careful where you get the weed from if you smoke. You know what I mean? Me? But if you smoke, what if you put the bud in the microwave before you smoke it? I was thinking about the same thing on the BK way. I was thinking about the same thing. And then I said to myself, I don't know, because if you put the bud in the microwave, you might just cook it in it. Look, Pistol Game says smoking weed while having the coronavirus is very dangerous. Please don't smoke if you contract it. And the reason they saying that, Pistol Game, and you're right, is because you build up phlegm. You see what I'm saying? HFC 300, salute. Abdul Shakur, salute. You build up phlegm. So then when you're coughing up the phlegm, if you see it starting to turn green, that means it's passing through. If it's white, it's still strong. Yeah, I learned that in Southport from a nurse in Southport. One time I was in Southport, and I was old school with it. I happened to, I had the punching bag up. You know what I'm saying? I'm punching the bag, got mad sweaters on, towels, and I'm trying to sweat it out. I'm trying to sweat it out like crazy. Sweat it out, sweat it out. Then I'm laying in my bed with the sweat and all that, blankets and all that, trying to sweat it out, trying to sweat it out. Man, my fever went up to 103 degrees. Facts, Pistol Game, I will. My fever went to 103 degrees. Yeah, they came with the stretcher and all that, but me, I don't like stretchers, so I walked to the clinic. I was handcuffed to the stretcher, though. I don't play laying on stretchers, you know what I'm saying? So they took me to the clinic, and they had to put me in a cold shower, freezing cold, just to bring the temperature down, because I raised it up. You see what I'm saying? Thinking that you can sweat it out. You know what I mean? So you gotta be careful, man. Big Lou BL, salute. You gotta be very careful. You know what I'm saying? Because it's dangerous, man. You know what I mean? I take precautions. You know why I take precautions? Because I value my life. You know what I mean? So ain't gonna be no disease that takes me out. It's gonna be old age. You know what I'm saying? So, just be careful, everybody out there, man. Be careful with the way you handling things and all that. If you buying bud, you gotta watch the people that you buying the bud from. You know what I'm saying? You gotta look at, me, I'm very picky. When I was, salute, Southside, Mr. Cool, small salute. You know what I'm saying? I'm very picky myself. You know what I'm saying? If I see your crib looking crazy, even if it's on the outside, I'm not messing with it, man. I don't just take them chances like that. You know what I mean? Top Shot Shakur, 856 Shakur, salute. You know what I mean? Chris Nelson, he said, good to know because I thought you can sweat it out. I thought so too, and I learned the hard way, Chris. No lie. Yo, I had 103-degree fever. So they had to put me in the shower. Cold shower. Yeah. And you should have seen me. I was killing that punching bag. Bing, bing. I did like an hour on that joint. And then went in under the sheets. Beloved, I disagree. I smoke mad green. Yeah, but Mr. Coles, you might get in your green for someone that's actually handling it right. I know a lot of dudes that's doing their thing and they handling it right. But you got some people that's not handling it right. For example, you getting it from wherever you getting it, and you don't know what the lifestyle of that person is. Some people are getting it from low budget dudes. You see what I'm saying? I think it was calling me in the morning. Hold on a second. Yeah, so you know what I'm saying, you gotta be very careful, man. The handling of it. Yeah, so Mr. Cools, you probably got a connector, whatever that's more cleaner. VOE stretch money, salute. You see what I'm saying? So it's the way that it's handled. You gotta be careful. You know what I mean? Because I ain't gonna lie, you can get it through that too. That's the dangerousness about that virus. Another thing I ask people to do is flush. I've been flushing man. I've been flushing like crazy. Make sure that nothing is in my system is getting. I'm urinating it out. You know what I'm saying? So a gallon of water, or at least 5 cups of tea a day. That'll help. Yeah. So you might have good peoples on Mr. Cool Moves. You know what I'm saying? Pilato, salute. Lawtown, salute. You know what I'm saying? Charge on another orange juice daily, vitamin C. That's another thing. Brat, Pilato. So now to the topic, right? So I was I was laying down yesterday and I was seeing some videos, and I bumped into a video. Y'all probably saw it, or maybe y'all didn't. Oh, that's a laxative. Top Shots 856 Shakur. Um, so I looked at the video, and I just want to show y'all what the brother was saying a little bit. I don't know if y'all saw this guy. Um, that's his video right there. So basically, his name is Jamal's Life. So in his video, what he was doing was he was trying to say that he had my name, he had AV name on there talking about solitary confinement, how it traumatizes and affects certain individuals. That's how you know so much information has been caught up in the middle of the situation that people are lost. But there's a reason for that. Everything has strategic endeavor. You just gotta look for it. You see what I'm saying? So now I looked at what he was saying. He's saying that some people are just traumatized about the box time that they did. Number one, it depends on your childhood. And I don't know how many people saw my Queen's Flip interview, but when I got punished, man, I got locked in the room. Go to your room. Locked in the room. It ain't like nowadays. You tell a kid that, you know what I'm saying, the kid's gonna find something else to do. Nah, back then you go to your room, they take away all your stuff and all that, and you in an empty room. All right, VOE stretch money. Crispy Chris, salute. You see what I'm saying? So Neil on Rice, that's a fact, Ray Leon Rivera. So what I'm saying is that I understand what he's saying, but the problem is that what he's not really clearly seeing, I'm gonna help him to see. Like I said, salute to that brother though, because what he's saying is it has some sense to it. Because imagine if you did hypnotize an individual. Imagine if you did. You never know what facts will come out of that. You see what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is that I came to Rikers Island when I was 16 years old. I put in work and they sent me to the Bing. Just like that. So when they sent me to the Bing, not in 9-1 EW Connect videos. I think I was in Spalford still. So when you go into these settings, then you make the best out of those settings. Where your mind, you see, that's what facts, Eli Delgado. That's what made the difference between certain individuals. We were able to do all them years in the box. It didn't matter because We made the best of our situations. The situations that we were under did not make or break us. What they do is give us a modus operandi. For example, you see the cell behind me, so I sleep on there, I work out on the floor, I read at the table, and I still can walk around. You know how many times I used to walk around in that cell? Walk around, walk around, walk. I could do that for an hour. You see what I'm saying? But you gotta remember, we were living a different lifestyle. For example, the Top Guns, the Pookies, the Waynos, the G Moneys, the Bad Vibes, the Magoos, you know what I'm saying? The Audis, um, Mario Machetes, a lot of these dudes, they made the best out of their situation. So it didn't affect them. The only things that can affect you mentally are the things you let affect you mentally. Other than that, they don't affect you. I could be in that cell for 5, 6 years. And I did it. I did 9 years. Facts, Assassin BX. I did 9 years in a cell like this. 9. Did it alter? Did it change me? Did it? No. Because let me tell you something. In 1 week, I probably slept on that bed maybe overnight. If a search down didn't come and we gotta pop off. If not, we in the receiving room, right? Getting seen by the medical, by the nurses and all that, because we got black eyes or we got busted lips or whatever. You see what I'm saying? So we're not even in the cell. A lot of times, yeah, we had to spend a whole week in the cell or whatever, but most of the times it was on and popping. It was on and popping. We had search downs in the middle of the night. We had search downs during the day. We had search downs in the evening. There was so much action going on that you weren't able to really sit there like a miserable person and say, "Oh man, I'm in here." And you didn't really have time to really look at your surroundings that way. Facts, Assassin BX. Look, Top Shots 856 Shakur, and this is a clean joint behind me. You're right. There's a couple of dudes that was in the cell that was dirty as hell. It has nothing to do with people being in solitary confinement or people being in situations. It has nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? It has nothing to do with that. What it has to do is, it had to do with agendas. Agendas is what makes the definition of this. For example, when I was locked up in Southport, you had Lion, all right? You had one dude that said, "Facts, VOE Stretch Money." You had one dude that says, "I want this set. These are my people." You know what I'm saying? So basically, you gotta accept me. Power. That's all this is about. It has nothing to do. Let me tell you something. Anything that I put up is factual. I don't go and say, "Oh, this dude did a copyright strike. He's a rat." No, I don't do that because that don't make no sense. A lot of dudes is like, "What? That don't make nobody no rat." Ah, there. Internet bull crap. Of course, nobody ain't going for that. Only them over there. Another thing, um, it's power. It's power. And this is not the first time it's happening. The problem is that y'all seen it here on the internet because now y'all looking at it more. But it got nothing to do with a person's mental state. It has to do with a person's agenda. And this has been going on for the longest. The situation with Lion, that was all the way back in like 9/8. Dudes always feel that they should get more than they deserve. And when they don't get it, they try to go out and take it. Because the minds are naive. That's where it comes from, naive minds. For example, you had Nike check yesterday. He says that what he said? He said that he ain't active, he's an advisor. Huh? An advisor. That was an advisor. You see what I'm saying? Dudes be like, yo, I'm in contact with people that's on the committee and all that. I don't know nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? All I know, that's a straight lie. All that stuff, all lies. Because they think that it's a game. They think that this Salute Queens Finals, they think this internet stuff is a game. Yeah, it's a fact. Alvin Matthews saying it's his job to squash beefs. How's it his job to squash beefs? Who's gonna listen to that dude? Anybody in their right mind ain't listening to that dude because they already see the face. You can't say later on, yo, but son, they found documents on son. But when you went and put it out there, there was no documents. But the pattern, it's there again. They think it's corporation. That's a fact. That's a fact. You see what I'm saying? So when I saw this brother's video, I understand what he's saying because he's not understanding what came in between in the middle. Just like a lot of people thought. Just like a lot of people thought that we was all cool, that we was all bros. We never lived around each other. Maybe for 30 days, that's about it. You see what I'm saying? That's it. So if I meet somebody now, 20 years later down the line, I see that person again. Salute, Anthony. I see that person again, but I find out that that person was doing foul things. That's what we cut ties. But the whole thing, the whole agenda from the first place was, I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna tell everybody that I'm the first one, and then this one's gonna come in and tell everybody that he got the streets. See what I'm saying? All the other dudes, they irrelevant. They're just doges. I'm talking about the Nike Check and Amy. So, number one, we didn't make a bond. We never made a bond with each other. We didn't have time to. We never lived around each other. Salute, Eric Cosme. Salute, man, when Shaquille. We didn't have time for that. But here it is, years later down the line. If y'all notice, when I put something on somebody, I don't freestyle. I don't go and make things up because I'm mad that somebody exposed me. I don't do that. That's what these dudes do. They get tight. Like, oh, he put me out on Broadway. Now I'm going to do this, and I'm going to create this, and I'm going to create that. That's not how it goes. Only very few people going to go for that. Because as time goes on, people going to start to realize, like, hold up, bro. Hold up. Y'all really didn't know each other like that. No. Did you know that son did time for beating up on a female and then came back out and now the idiot went on the air the other day and said, yeah, he came out and he bashed her in the head or some craziness. Bro, these are the things that's coming out these dudes' mouths. I can't make these things up. This is what they say. You see what I'm saying? Now, of course, I could sit here and I could go and upload a video and try to be like, yo, you see what he said there? That's not what he said here. You see what he said there? That's not what it's. All that is propaganda. If you can show where a person is contradicting themselves, by all means, go and show it. The problem is that dudes don't like the fact that the truth is out there. Amy said that on his live, he had to put Nike Check non-trade because Shy 120. Bro, none of that stuff happened. You know why none of that stuff happened? And this I can say freely out of reach. None of that stuff happened because, and I'm gonna put that up there. Where's that at? None of that stuff happened because there was no oath back then. And none of that stuff happened because the dude that's saying that he put him into something, he ain't have no power. Alvin Matthew, he talked bad about Dead Man Maserati Fox, saying he beat him up. That's all these dudes do, man. It's all for clout. He ain't beat nobody up, man. That dude ain't beat nobody up. Yeah, he said when he got eight, he ate up 8 other people, but there's only 6 seats. You see what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, that dude's trash. That's why I haven't even. First of all, I had to get my thing together because, with the coronavirus, studios are closed. Dudes be saying, oh, nowadays you can do it with your phone and your computer. I'm not computer savvy like that. I learn things as I go. You know what I'm saying? So I did get a few pointers from a couple of engineers that showed me some apps to get. So I'm putting it together. But technically, you know what I'm saying, I already had been wrote my lyrics to my song a long time ago. But see, the thing that I wanted y'all to see is, did y'all see the live? I know some of y'all saw the live, but Amy took it down. But y'all see the live when Amy was holding up the jack and was trying to defend himself from pushing up on Tipsy Hussle's girl. So he got a text message in January. He got a text message in January. One dude is plotting already. But he never said nothing. You see? So here it is. Tipsy Hussle girl hits him up, says, yo, son's on live talking this, that, and the third. And when it got to him, he just kept it on the hush. That already shows you. Is there loyalty there? There's no loyalty there. There's no loyalty there. Then on top of that, you got these dudes talking crazy on the internet, but that's not telling? How is that? Bro, you up there throwing government names. You saying certain situations. That's not telling? That's straight up telling. Straight up snitching. And I had a group, I was in a group chat this morning. And when I was in the group chat this morning, we was talking about that. You know what I'm saying? We was talking about that because they were saying like, yo, how is it? How is it that dudes just say anything nowadays? They can. Oh, they talking about Nike check, VOE stretch money. He always saying some fugazi stuff. He wants clout bad. He wants clout bad. And what I'm trying to say is that it has nothing to do with the cell. It has nothing to do with solitary confinement. I've been doing solitary confinement for years. It's not affecting me. If anything, solitary confinement helped me learn. I turned that cell into a college. When I wasn't fighting, I was in that cell, reading, studying. If I wouldn't have been in that cell and studied the things that I studied, I wouldn't know the things that I know now. I didn't look at the walls in the cell and say, oh man, I feel claustrophobic or this. No. I looked at the walls on the cell and said, okay, they're there. They'll be gone later on. It's not my time yet. So let me keep my mind occupied. You see what I'm saying? Yes, Pistol Gang, you want to be in the middle of attention. That's a fact. I don't want to be in the middle of attention. And that's the reason why I don't really do lives and all that gang stuff. Why? Because number one, it's not for the internet. And number two is, you notice over there, he stays saying something like the dude the dude has a misconception of this internet. He think he know everybody in the chat. When you think you know everybody in the chat, that's when you know there's something wrong with you. That's a fact, VOE Stretch Money. Rest in peace, Maserati Fox. Ain't nobody beat him up. Yeah, I be knowing Pilato. I be knowing. But you know, you also got to look at this. They can't even start a race war because the people that count won't let it. They don't count. I know Pistol Game. And Audi can tell you on Pistol Game. Ask Audi about these individuals and tell me what Audi tells you. Because Audi was there. Now, VOE Stretch Money, ain't nobody beat up no Maserati Fox, man. That dude ain't have no fight with no Maserati Fox. Same way he ain't got no say into when people can check in. And all that is internet stuff, bro. All that is internet. Hey, before they became Laverne and Shirley, what was they doing? Bashing each other. You had this one saying, yo, you ain't been active in over 25 years. You had this one saying, yo, I got ops that saying that they had you in check and click. They was going back and forth at each other. I don't know, Dallas from Uptown. What it is, and what I'm trying to show this brother Jamal's life is that it has nothing to do with the solitary confinement. What it had to do is, it had to do with what happened was, for example, dudes were inactive for decades. For decades. They caught wind of the internet stuff. So they figure, you know what? Right now, the lineage is weak because a lot of people on the outside don't really know their history. I be knowing Pistol Game. I be knowing. E-Dog, salute. Yeah, then they go in and talk the stuff about Stack Stone. You know, yeah, he's the other thing you said, bro, as far as Mark Cross is concerned. But what I'm trying to say is, you know, this was, for example, if I've been on a hiatus for 2 decades, I go on the internet and I say, I'm the first one. Everybody's going to be looking at it like, oh, that's the first one? Oh, he the big fool. Because they're looking for that power. You see what I'm saying? They seek to get that power. And they ain't the only ones. Look, I remember back in 99, there was a dude named Brooklyn. And I think he was, Beeville. I think his name was Beeville. He was another one that was trying to tell people that he's the first shine and all this other one of the first shines. And he had this, that, and the third. And dudes dubbed him. Dudes like, man, get out of here with that, man. Facts, Cool Water. That's what happens when you're not in tune. When you're not in tune, that's what dudes do. They'll come in and they'll try it. So dudes looked at the internet as a form of communication. And they said, all right. So now if, for example, I tell these people I'm the first one that I broke this dude and I did this, that, and the third, all the stuff that, you know, you're not OG Matt. He ain't give you no power to do the things that you telling people that you did. You're not OG Matt. He never gave you anything. He left these dudes with no hoods, with no ranks. Why? Now people could say, yo, son is a rat and this, that, and the third. And he is a rat. Because yes, he did put somebody in jail. That's a rat. Somebody puts a person in jail. In the streets. You know what I'm saying? But there was a reason Pimp blew up Cake spot on how him and Mac Cake. Oh, yes. That's a fact. Where's that at? Pimp blew up Amy's spot on how him and Mac Amy lied his ass from day one. Yes. Because the whole thing was, this is the means of communication nowadays. This is the means of communication. You can't send kites into the correctional facilities and have kites come back. You know, a lot of people say, oh, yeah, but I talked to his wife and his girl and this, that, and the third, and that's how I keep communication. Not knowing that you're spreading lies in the correctional facilities and, you know, dudes is getting stabbed up. Dudes is getting hit because you're over there saying these things. These people are going out in population and they're saying those things. And guess what? You put yourself out there. Now you got aired out. Oh, Shiesty A, think about it. How can you have been one of the first three and you ain't come home to 9-5? Because I was with him in 3 Block for a short amount of time. And he wasn't claiming nothing. He was actually saying warrior with me. Oh, and that racist stuff, right? Let me tell you something, man. That's the reason why I did the thing. Like, no disrespect to Eldridge Cleaver, right? Because Eldridge Cleaver, you know, he was a Black Panther and, you know, he did what he did. But his repertoire was no good. He did the things that he was fighting to oppose. He raped women, beat women. He did the thing, but he was infatuated by this woman because he was messing with Elaine Brown. And Elaine Brown was light-skinned. So if the brother want to look at mentalities and traumatized, that's where he got to look at. You got to look at, Dollars from Uptown, he one of them. That's what you got to look at. When somebody says that, yo, man, when I was younger, man, I had females waking me up with the gun pointed at my face and all that. What? You know what I'm saying? As a fact, Free Jungle. You're looking at it like, huh? Now I see where the problem stems from. People been victimized. Let me tell you something. And I'm waiting for certain individuals to come up on this podcast stuff or go up on one of those interviews so I can blow their spot up. But I ain't gonna lie. I know dudes that was washing drawers on Rikers Island, mate tagging, washing drawers. And then after that, they started to let their hammer go. Because that's what happens when, that's a fact, smack your face. That's what happens when you're in the moment. You know what I'm saying? Why am I so snaky? Because I'm exposing. This has to be done. Because idiots like you are going to follow, and you're going to follow it to your demise. You know what I'm saying? The problem, like I said, and I'll say it again, the problem stems from the agenda. It doesn't mean, as far as a person being traumatized, that will be from where? That will be from, like Son said, he's like, yo, I had shorties pull out guns on me, this, that, and the third. I don't know what kind of bros you was dealing with. The dudes respected my gangster in my hood. And ain't no chick doing anything. As a fact, feed them. Let them get some franks, man. Let them eat. It's chow time. You know what I'm saying? But these dudes are showing you where their trauma's coming from. It's not coming from being in the box. These dudes didn't do the box time I did. I did 9 years straight. These dudes were going in and out the box. So they'll come into the box 30 days and leave. They go to the security level is not high enough for them to come to the bin we at, so they or the box we at, so they send them to a double bunk box. Get up out of here. You go to a double bunk box, you suspect. You see what I'm saying? You suspect. They're not respecting your gangster. That's the reason. Salute, April D. Yeah, I know I'm Taina Wilder. They're not respecting your gangster. They're going to throw you in a double bunk box. They're not respecting your gangsters. They're going to throw you somewhere else in another box. You're not coming to Southport. Southport is single cell. So you're going to go to a double bunk box, and you're going to be in there with somebody else. They're going to be using the same sink. You got to turn around and face the gate or the wall while he's taking a dump. That's when your security level ain't high enough for you to go to Southport. At least that's the way it was back then. You see what I'm saying? And that's the reason why I say that a lot of these dudes expose themselves in their own actions. So here it is. Mike Check puts out a video. The video that Mike Check puts out, there's no lies in there. There is no lies. That individual can't point to no lies. You know why? Because it's all coming from the author of the book and the research that he did. He got the newspaper article and all that. Okay, the crazy thing is he was also talking crazy about Magoo. I'm not even Ola, but I heard of the name Magoo, Alpha System. In the 2 years I did in the system, never heard of Kiki. That's a fact. You're not going to hear these dudes. You're not going to hear. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to hear these dudes. And the reason you're not going to hear these dudes is because they weren't putting it in like that, like they say. But see, me, I'm Stoney YB. But me, I don't, I'm not putting nothing out there that ain't true, bro. And he ain't never did nothing to no Magoo, and he changed it. He went and said that it was the other Magoo that was acting like the real Magoo. And that was a lie, because that Magoo went to the feds from the state. You see what I'm saying? So it's just more lies on top of more lies on top of more lies. I could do a call-in show right now. I have people call in and say, yo, I want you to say this. I want you to say that when you call. And then when they call, they're like, yeah, big homie. Yeah, them dudes be lying, this, that, and the third. I just prepped that call. This is the reason why, Salute Wildlife, man. I hope I haven't heard from him yet still. You know what I'm saying? I've been hearing Magoo names. Yeah, Magoo, man. Magoo, my son, man. I've been to 5 different maxes and never heard of these dudes. And every time we got paperwork on the first 5 or 10, their names wasn't in the paperwork. Of course, because they weren't active. That's my whole thing, man. They were not active. They still not active. Just because they go on the internet and they say, I'm this, that, and the third. Bro, you're not Billy. Bro, you're not active. Simple as that. You're not active. You're not Billy. You hold no weight, no power, nothing. You have nothing. Zilch. You know what I'm saying? And this is why, as a fact, Alvin Matthews, I hate Billy, man. How the hell is that dude Billy? How? Bro, no, not even 8 dollars from Uptime. Let me tell you something. So, I got a good question to ask the people. If y'all found out that for 2 decades, almost 2 decades, I was living up north, beating up on several different women. One of them happened to put me in jail. I come out after doing time, a year or 2 years, whatever the amount of time was, and then I come out and I'm sneaking in her window. Then I go on the Queen Slip show and I act like that's funny. Not knowing that the people around me are like, man, I know y'all not gonna be messing with me no more. Y'all ain't gonna be messing with me no more. Because y'all real people. And y'all against that type of stuff. So I know y'all not gonna mess with me. I gotta hold that down. So while Mike Check is over here making videos of honest truth, and you got them over there making things up out of any little thing that they can find. Scavengers. You see what I'm saying? Yo, we're gonna upload his videos and we're gonna contradict everything he's saying without a video to contradict it. But because it's coming from my words, and we're gonna be in the chat, we're gonna be like, yeah, break it down. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna make it look like it's believable. To who? To who? Who's it gonna be believable to? Y'all sharing the same amount of followers. So whoever's on one follower, you just went and rehashed for him, and they got the same followers going to the next joint, and he's in there making. It's all obvious type of things, man. Yeah, that's a fact, Pilato. That's a fact, Cool Water. You know, this is the reason why I spit facts. The reason why I spit facts is because I got nothing to hide. I'm good. When I came home the last time, bro, I spent out here almost 8 years doing my thing. I was relevant. I was in tune. E-Dog. If E-Dog is still in here, I bet you E-Dog could go anywhere around 135th and down Liberty and ask about my name, and they're going to tell him, like, oh, Wildcat? Yeah. But I don't be up here boasting and all that. You know why? Because that's not for the internet. It's not for the internet. You know what I'm saying? It's not for the internet. They not comfortable in their own skin. No. Because they got things that they undid. They got things that they undid that they're hoping that people will overlook. And anybody that overlooks something like that, you know what type of person they are. They agree with those things. They agree with dudes beating up on women, sneak peeping in their windows. You know what I'm saying? Trying to humiliate these women. But then yesterday, the dude went and said that, yeah, he came home, he bashed in the head or something. I'm saying to myself, like, yo, what's wrong with this dude, bro? Why do y'all think that this internet is a joke? Why do y'all think that there ain't authorities in here watching out? Why y'all think that? Why y'all think that y'all know everybody that comes in your lives? Why y'all think that? It's police in here, bro. That's why there's so many people in jail. That's why there's so many people in the morgue. Because a lot of people don't take the time to think. Yes. Let me tell you something. I'm thankful for Audi. I'm thankful for Wayno. I'm thankful for Magoo. I'm thankful for G Money, Duke Mafia. You see what I'm saying? I'm thankful for these people. Yeah, Shiesty 8, that's a fact. And Southside. You see what I'm saying? I thank these people because we went through so much together. And we had nothing but us. I can tell you stories how we used to send a line. And one of us was on a bread and water loaf. And Magoo or one of these dudes will break half of their tray just to feed me. Rastafari, salute. KUN, salute. That's when you spend time with somebody. You can say, yo, as a fact, Shade Money King. That's when you can say, yo, look, bro, I know he's hungry. We in the box. And all he got was a little bit of food like this with two slices of bread, some cabbage, and a juice or milk. Son is breaking that in half because I'm on a bread and water diet. And he's making sure that I eat something. That's when you say that's my brother. Bad Vibes or Pookie Stone or Ty Guns. You know what I mean? When you know how many times I came out my cell and had a fight, you know what I'm saying, had a fight with the Beast because Ty Guns did something on the other end of the gallery. But at the end of the day, I'm not gonna get mad at him. I love him. That's my bro. Mookie comes to my cell like, yo, man, I ain't gonna lie, son violated. He violated. It is what it is. That's when, he went and ate his little brother. And look, you be having dudes talk about Big Iz and all that. People that to them are relevant. And his little brother, Big Iz's little brother, got chopped for running his mouth in oneself. That's what made us different. That's the reason why we're so different. Why you think they had 1 South, and then they had 2 South, 3 South, 4 South, and 5 South? And then they had 1 Southwest, 2 Southwest, 3 Southwest, 4 Southwest, 5 Southwest. Why you think they had it like that? Why you think in HDM 1B, they had 1B, and then they had 1A, 2 sides, 3 block, 2 sides, 5 block, 2 sides? Because they were different type of people. And I'm not talking about going down there for 30 days. No, that don't count. You was a visitor. You was a visitor. That was it. And then you mosey on along while we was coming up the cell going through mad stuff. You see what I'm saying? That might have been by mistake, John Strutt. I think that was by mistake because I saw that the person that was under you or over you had said something and they was timing them out. You see what I'm saying? So, you always got to look at, that's a fact, different classifications. Oh, Spoon, Little Spoon from the back streets over there by 111 or 109. You see what I'm saying? That's the reason why I say to myself, I feel sorry for a lot of people, man, playing this internet game. Gary. Big Lou BL, Gary. I feel sorry for people that play this internet game. If you soft and he's big balls, like he says, you going along with no fear, pointing out what he did is wrong, proves that you can be soft. Yeah, salute, Ron, Sorin S. Facts. Stat. For example, so Stack Stone comes on, and when Stack Stone says the truth, because I was there, when he says the truth, they go on and they say, no, son got beat up, this, that, and the third. Man, ain't nobody swing, no swinging. There was no swinging. Nobody got punched. Chef Life said, why you don't mess with Big Iz? It's not that I don't mess with him. You know what I'm saying? Son got mad time to do it, whatever. But at the same time, he himself tried to change certain structures and formalities too. This power thing is bigger than a lot of people think, man. Once they took Mac out the way, these dudes is running like trying to snake each other to try to get their seat on their throne. These dudes are snaking each other and they trying to impress other people to follow them. Fire Fuego. Nike Check will talk about some dude was the first Spanish blood. You know, that's even stupid. So if Stack kept it real, why they took, because they don't want people to know the truth. That's when they start getting nervous and they start calling all these other people and saying, yo, you got to make a live or you got to make a video on this, that, and the third. Yo, son, I need you to interview me. You know, they go to their own little trolls. They'll go to their trolls, their troll crew. Yo, do an interview on me. Do this on me. When the whole thing about it is, some told the truth. I put that on everything. My daughter on everything. What Stack Stone said is the truth. Stack Stone ain't lie. Stack Stone, listen. They got in each other's face. That was it. It was no swinging. Ain't nobody get beat up. Ain't nobody. I told you, son went to the wrong car, looking stupid. You think things would be different if Mac was still in charge? Yeah. If Mac wasn't a rat, what Stack said? Yes, Stack didn't get beat up by nobody. I'm telling you, I was right there. He didn't get beat up by nobody. Ain't nobody put no hands on that man. Ain't nobody put no hands on that man. You know what I'm saying? Nobody. Facts, Alvin Williams, he was drunk. He should be happy that Stack didn't beat fire out of him. You know, because if that was somebody else, I ain't gonna lie. If that was somebody else, they probably would have put the beats on something, even though he was drunk. They wouldn't care. I ain't gonna lie. If that would have been me, I would have put the beats on something. Yes, Franklin Ruiz. It's a fact. That's a fact. He says, so Stack is a real one. They just went out the way to make him look crazy. That's what they do. They twist and they turn everything. If you have an argument with your girl and you say, you fucking rat, they taking that all the way to the moon with them. Yo, you saw what he said? Everybody knows what was said by then. That was an argument. Nobody ain't going for that. That's your community. And y'all got to look at what they do. What they do is this. They got their own community. So they share the viewers in their community. And still, they're not being generous. Because you got a dude that got 5 days with the same video and he only got 300 and some views. 5 days? 5 days. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But remember, Shiesty Ape, I saw a lot of homies that was saying that was true. That some was doing that. You know, a lot of these dudes, Shiesty Ape, I'm going to keep it real, man. A lot of these dudes got skeletons in their closet, bro. They all had agendas. It's always been that way. They all had agendas. And they still continuing on with the same agenda, which is not going to work. You know, the other day I had a conversation with somebody. He says, yo, Cat. CK said, Magoo got not trade because he got the bag. Oh, hell no. Who got that because it's supposed to be that way? And then he passed it off. Am I going to be on the internet and say who he passed it off to? No. It's not for the internet. I'm not going to be like Nike Check Face, be in the car like this on the internet. Yo, this, that, and the third. You might as well give up the lineups and all that other stuff because that's what you're doing. You're basically putting up all the homie information on the internet. Louis Gouillon, Magoo put on 100%. That's a fact. They been racist, man. Yes, Elel Delgado. Yes. That's what they good at. They good at getting out of the beef with the gift of God. You know what I'm saying? Look, I could set the whole thing up real easy. I could be like, "Yo, son, call me on my phone. I'm gonna do the call in the morning. Call my phone, and I need you to say this, that, and the third. This, that, and the third." Alvin Williams, niggas been told, yeah, yes. That's all these dudes be doing. They get on there and say, "Y'all talk to this people. You're not on this and that and the third, and you don't talk to nobody because nobody sees you as anything. You got faded a long time ago. Ain't nobody resurrect you." And another thing, we're gonna stop not mentioning Robo Just, man. You know what I'm saying? That's who really put it in for the Hurts. Robo Just. You know, a lot of people don't like to mention him. You notice he don't never mention Robo Just. They don't never mention Robo Just. Why is that? Salute, New York, New York. Magoo gets his credit, but you know, Magoo, look what happened to Goo, man. For example, that's a good example right there. If you read the story and look at the indictment, bro, in fact, rest in peace, Robo Just. If you look at his indictment, come on, bro. Fact, Shade Money King. You know, it's a lot. It's a lot that people don't know. A lot. It's a whole lot that people don't know. They don't want you to know these things, so they got to throw in all the smoke screen. They got to create diversions to divert you. Now, why do you think I don't mention them other little small podcasts? And then I'm not giving them no props on my channel because I'm going to focus on who I've been focusing on. I'm not a sucker. I don't need somebody to make videos for me, to defend me. I don't need nobody to try to make the other person look bad. I just put out the truth. Facts, Big Lou BL. I just put out the truth. That's it. Yo, the truth is going to hurt you. That's the reason why when I was out here before, bro, I didn't indulge. He and the feds on Van Header TV, they smoked them. I don't put out stuff that it's not supposed to be put out. And number two is I live according. Look, those 8 years that I was out in the street, man, I didn't get involved in no stuff beating up on chicks and doing all that craziness, and then come around my homies and be like, I'm still good. That is not good. That is not good. Hell no, Ray Leon Rivera. Hell no. Magoo is from 1B. He was an inmate in 1B HTMB because he put in extra work. Audi, extra work. G Money, extra work. Duke Mafia, extra work. Okay. Now look at I'm glad you mentioned that, the real 718. Look at the most stupidest comment right there when he said that about Spanish people. Bro, Abraham Lincoln emancipated the slaves to go to war with them as more manpower. You see what I'm saying? That's a fact, Shade Money King. So now we're dealing with a gang or two that is big at the time. And because they're big at the time, that's what's basically causing people to merge. They're not merging by race. They merging because they're the same people. They the same people that's being oppressed, and it ain't by race. You see what I'm saying? It ain't by race. It's by oppression. Franklin Ruiz said, if race wasn't important, what was the real issue behind the war? The real issue was that those gangs, it was two of them, they got real big. It didn't matter if you were Spanish or black or white or Indian. It didn't matter. If you weren't part of their gang, you wasn't getting on the phone, you wasn't doing certain things, you go on the floor and you get hit and you come back with some blood or whatever, you got to set them out. That's a fact, Radio Rivera. Nah, okay, that's a good question, right? That's the reason why Dollars from Uptown, that's the reason why I just showed y'all that there was a difference. We were critiques when it came to work. You see what I'm saying? We were critiques. And what I mean by critique, it'll be like this. So you come out your cell and you see an enemy and you run towards them and you cut them, right? But when you cut them, you only give them something about this small, right? So after you go to the clinic and all the other stuff and you come back, dudes are going to wreck you. They're going to be like, yo, what was that, son? How you going to give someone a nail cut? You see, the amount of work that you put in is what differentiated. This is why the security was the way it was. The security was the way it was, and they put dudes in certain areas because that's the way they looked at it. They looked at it by the work that you put in. As a fact, Shiesty 8, you know what I'm saying? It was different works that people were putting in. That's why we in the Bing. And when we in the Bing, you know what I'm saying, we basically in 1B because everybody that's down there went extra ham with it. So because everybody's that down there went extra ham with it, what does that mean? They can't keep it with the regular dudes that's having fights, or they just cut one dude, or they hit somebody with a broomstick, or swung on the police, but he really got beat down because he really ain't do much. Facts, New York, New York. Certain dudes were persistent cutters, and then you have regular every now and then. Facts. VOE stretch money in the house. Yes. Yes. I remember that Van Header TV. I remember when he said that. But here's a dude that said, hey, he's just an advisor. You see, that's what dudes gotta do. Dudes gotta read in between the lines of why people feel a certain way. It has nothing to do with the traumatization of the cell and being in the shoe for the. Let me tell you something, man. I did 9 years in the shoe. I got an associate's degree. I did all this internet stuff on my own. Ain't nobody teach me how to do AdSense and how to become a verified partner and all that. Nobody teach me none of that. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, it's a fact, bro. It's a fact. You see, if you promote ignorance, it's only because you're hiding your own. You know, Shay Money King, I hate to see it too, but you know what? It's not even Bloods beef. These dudes ain't active. They nobody. They only internet active. That's it. That's it. But now they going back on what they saying now. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's a lot of things, man, that I can't talk about on here. But, you know, I'm just going to say like this, man, because, you know, me, I'm not, you got to remember, bro, to the peoples out there, you got to be careful about this. You know what I'm saying? Facts. That's why they got to group up and get all these other bozos that they ain't even know about. You don't see me doing that. And I wouldn't be surprised if my check, because, yo, I ain't going to lie. I got an interview coming up. You know what I'm saying? I just came from Elmira. You know what I mean? I took a drive up there. Took a drive up to Elmira. You know what I'm saying? So I got a very interesting interview coming up, man. I know people gonna be really mad. I don't care. I'm trying to save lives. You trying to kill them. You spreading lies. I'm showing them the truth. You making things out of anything. I'm just showing the truth. That's it. It's true dollars from uptown, but listen, you know what's crazy? I get caught up in the mix with that. But, you know, my thing is like this, man. I don't be up here talking all that craziness. What I do is I expose the dudes. I expose dudes. The reason I'm exposing them is because I saw their agenda. And when I saw their agenda, instead of them falling back and respecting the fact that I see it, they continue on to do it. And they thought that numbers mattered. So I'm like, all right, if you think numbers matters, let's see how much numbers matters towards the truth. Everybody want to see the truth. Numbers are going to come because a lot of people want to see, you know, all the hype beefing and all that. Word? Ah, salute man dude. That's my son right there. Another one, 1B. You know how many busted faces, eye sockets man dude took? You see what I'm saying? You know how much stuff? This is when you know a dude is your brother. We're a different breed down there in 1B and 1 South. That's a fact. Numbers don't mean nothing. Because you could tell a million people, look, a preacher, I was next to an old man in downstate. This was back in 94. I was next to an old man. The old man told me, he said, listen, man, if I give you a plan right now, will you seek to do it? And knowing that you make a lot of money? I was like, man. Son told me, he said, listen, man, all you got to do, more than Ray said the Viking, all you got to do and as Latino should have never let CK give me green screen up. Bro, the man never gave me nothing. Said the Viking. Did you see him give me that? That's what I mean. And no disrespect to you, bro. But that's what I mean. People are so naive. You see what I'm saying? That's what makes it so naive. You know what I'm saying? Dude never gave me nothing. He just made that to try to belittle someone. You know what I'm saying? Try to belittle. First of all, I'm always good. I always work. I always got a job. I always got bread. You know what I'm saying? Nah. So Kevin, he said, isn't being exposed or exposing someone kind of telling on them? No. They're not going to jail. You're stopping them from causing other people to get hurt. That's what that is. You see what I'm saying? That's what that is. People take the telling thing way off board because they use it for convenience. Telling is simple, bro. Telling is me and you was in the game. We was doing something. We both get arrested, and I go and I can't hold down the time, so I say he did it. That's telling. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they both did that. Dallas from Uptown. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's a fact. You gotta expose these dudes because you don't know how many young kids is out there looking at these dudes and is thinking that they somebody that they not, and is thinking like, yo, man, I thought these dudes were this, that, and the third, and truthfully, wasn't like they said. Telling is only about informing the police about a crime and sending someone to jail. It's a fact. It's a fact. You see what I'm saying? That's a Snapple fact. Yo, you know how many people hit me like, yo, Cat, man, I ain't going for that dumb stuff. I'm like, yo, I'm not even paying no mind to it. I care less. The real no. You see what I'm saying? The real no. If I go on here right now and I put on Pink Floyd's music, or I put on Leonard Skinner's music, or I put on Public Enemy, or anybody's music, if I put it on here, I'm going to get hit with a copyright strike. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to say Chuck D's a rat. I'm going to say Pink Floyd, they rats. I'm going to say these people are rats. No, it's a whole different concept. We here talking about material being uploaded without permission. You want to upload my material? Ask for permission. Dudes talk about fair use. But there's a trick to that fair use that they don't know about. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? See, dudes will say that everybody cap. I don't have no reason to. That's my whole thing. Shot 120 crazy, 53-year-old man. That dude's all deteriorated. You see that dude? That dude look like he been had the coronavirus. You know what I'm saying? But like, my whole thing is this, man. When I came on, why you think I changed my lane? Y'all didn't notice I changed my lane? Yeah, there's a lot of stuff with that dude, Shape Money King. But that's the reason why I talk about the things that I talk about. Things of interest. You know, because these dudes, they're not people of interest. You see what I'm saying? They're not people of interest. They're people that need interest. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got you, VOE Stretch Money, Alka, Splash. I play a lot of people music on here. But I can't get, for example, I got hit with a copyright with Alka Splash. That's my man. Me and him kick it. But they hit me with a copyright strike. You don't see me going to his page like, yo, son, you ran it up. Wow. That is the most stupidest thing I ever heard. Dumb. But that's what happens when you're desperate. That's what happens when you're desperate and you ain't got nothing. You can't find nothing. You're desperate. So a copyright strike is putting somebody in jail and snitching. Then they try to say that's like you committing a crime in the park and you getting stopped by a park ranger. Huh? A park ranger can give you a summons. That's why these dudes don't make no sense, man. They twist and turn everything because they don't got nothing. I ain't ever been to jail for beating up no females, man. I never got online and said I shot my girl. I never got online and said that I'm the top dog, and yet I got a big bust mark on my face. I never got online and said that I chopped 8 dudes in the bullpen. That's where we differentiate at, and that's what separates us. I'm not gonna come up here and say that. Have I been in riots where everybody was getting busy in them? Yeah. Matter of fact, me, Ungambino, Tito Black, Bug Out, E-Scar, we was in a riot in the Beacon back in 9-6 where we went through the window and everybody was fighting in there. Everybody was in there. Everybody was in there fighting. I only chopped one dude. And then I started fighting with the other dudes because I had to booth my joint in the midst of all the war because I'm not trying to lose my joint because you know they're going to kick us out of that jail. So I boofed it and then I was just fighting with the other dudes after I blazed one dude. So when dudes talk about they ate 8 dudes in the pen, I'm over here like, how did you do that? You see what I'm saying? How did you do that? You know, and it's not how they remember it, New York, New York. They tell the story how they want it to be remembered. That's what it is. Because they still seeking to be the #1 internet banger. They're still seeking to be Machiavelli and Hannibal. And those are 2 names I ain't heard in a minute. I ain't seen Machiavelli since Southport. I remember he had that situation in Clinton on Mess Hall. Hey, yo, you know what? The real 718? That's so true, man. New York gangs are not organized. New York's a bunch of renegade. Not like LA. They organized because they really got history. New York don't really got gang history, meaning granddad and grandma got killed. I mean, New York got gang history, but, you know, they were more into morals and principles back then. These dudes were the lost souls. They ain't had no morals and principles. Tally Fool, that's another name I ain't heard in a while. Bro. Nah, I don't know him, Louis Gouillon. Bro, I'll tell you like this, man. The whole point of the matter is dudes got to be careful of the things they ingest, the things that they hear. You got to be your own individual thinker. Because at the end of the day, what these dudes are going to want to do is going to try to put you in a trap. Think about it. Think about this. And this should sum it all up. All right? Think about this. Oh, Wolfpack good. Yeah, I don't know him on Patrick Caruthers. I don't know him that good, but you know, I don't got nothing bad to say about him. Yeah, John Wall. But my thing is like this. So if what you're doing is strictly for to help, and what you're doing is strictly for to enlighten, why would you be up there hating on the next man because you see his number? For example, I got way over 5,000 followers. I think I'm up like 5,060 or 70 or something like that, right? And I only been on this for 4 months. But you had Amy show a text message back from January when nobody was going at it with each other. And in that one, Shiesty 8. Blue Boy was my man. He was with me in Southport Box. We was on B5 together. Hollywood, never had no more Hollywood. And who was the other one? Sight Bite? Nope. None of them. Never had. One thing about me is I never had no beef with other big homies or other homies, period. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have none of those dramas. The reason why I didn't have those dramas is because it was always all love. The reason why in here is not all love because I'm stopping dudes from trying to take their trying to make themselves the top notch in New York. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way we're gonna save the youth because these dudes is over 50 years old, going in their 60s, and they trying to run something. Instead of saying, you know what, I got kids over here and kids over there. Let me be a father to my kids. I went through this and I went through that. You know what I'm saying? What question was that? Did you say they threat? Hell no. Bro, first of all, what is that in regards to? Is that in regard to the copyright strike? What's that at? You know what I'm saying? So if you over 50, I'll get when you answer that question, then I'll be able to answer it. All right, said the Viking. So where is it? Live from the 718. What is that in regards to? That's what that was my question right there. You know what I'm saying? Because all the New York City OGs is not on the internet. That's a fact, Jeremy McCoskell. That's a fact. They not. There's a lot of my homies that got tight at me, but I told them, I said, yo, my content is changing. My content is different. I'm not into that stuff no more. I'm done with that. And then they was like, I bet. How about the other dudes? I said, I can't do nothing about the other dudes. They want to be the top notch. Yeah, that's a fact, Patrick Caruthers. I think so too. Somebody just hit me up the other day. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Vlad TV too. Oh, bro, let me tell you something. What is the name on that paper? This is what I be showing dudes. What is the name on that paper? That is not my name. That's number one. Number two, you can say whatever you want to get what you want done. You see what I'm saying? Nah, shots to Abe, he done too. You see what I'm saying? So you can say, for example, you're walking down the street. Oh, I got you. But I just want to give you a... Yes. Yeah, that was a lie. Lie from the 718. Because I'm still waiting to see who Marcus Spellman is. Who the hell is Marcus Spellman? It definitely ain't me. You see what I'm saying? Who is that? But you're going to say, nah, it's you. It's you. Prove it. That's a fact. Alvin Matthews, you hit it right on the head. Fake paperwork. It's fake. Fake paperwork. They do that in jail all the time. You know how many times in jail they'll go and they'll take, for example, a dude has a stamp on his page that was stamped by the court. This dude got some fake paperwork on this dude. It don't got a stamp. What he does is he takes that paper and he takes the paper that the other dude got with the stamp on it, folds the paper, puts the paper on top of the other paper, and makes it look like it was stamped. But really, it never was stamped. What he did was he took the other paper and took the stamp part, folded the paper, and put it on top of that one. When he copied it, now it looks like it was authentic. Oh, that's not factual. You see what I'm saying? I think that's who it is. To be honest with you, Patrick Caruthers, I think it's him. I think it's him. But let me tell you something. Hell no, Anthony Dragon. That's not my name. My name is not Marcus Spellman. That's worth everything I love. That is not my name. You see what I'm saying? Jill Whiteout, old trick. Yeah, I know Alvin Matthews. That is not my name. That is not my name. You see what I'm saying? So all the times when these dudes do things is because they trying to create. I'm not trying to create. Yeah, Crispy can spell me. I'm not even trying to create. The stuff that I put up is true. It's in the book. It's in the newspaper articles. It's everywhere. It's the real name and everything. I don't put something with somebody else's name and say, this is you and this, that, and third, and then try to make everybody believe that it is you and this, that. I don't do that. The stuff I put up, yeah. Hey, your son. Hey, yo, Big Lou BL, he said, that's definitely not a Dominican name. Hell no. Spellman? I don't know. In order for me to have a Spellman, I'm going to have to grow some spikes or something. That is true, John Woo. That is true. As a fact, I'm live from the 718, but the whole thing about it is that's not how it went. When he first came out and started showing this, I'm looking at him like, oh, okay, he trying to use the whole. You gotta remember these dudes who use all jailhouse tricks. They're using jailhouse tricks on civilians. I told you. You know how many dudes I saw. You know how many, and I agree with you, live from 718. You know how many people I saw that they were putting out fake paperwork on. They was putting out straight up fake paperwork on. And they always do that. They always do that. You know what I'm saying? And then they come out and say, yo, I got the paperwork on, son. That's the reason why Nike check face. That's why he got that on his face. CK said Mac faded. Yo, let me tell you something, bro. If you sit there and listen to these dudes, man, you're going to get caught up in the shenanigans, man. So be good, Anthony Dragon. Doggone. You know the So Be, he don't get involved in this type of stuff, man. Facts. You know, that's the reason why my channel was different, man. All the time. All the time, Set the Viking. All the time. That dude is known as being a compulsive liar. He beefing with Tony Yayo? Seriously? How he beefing with Tony Yayo? Do you think Tony Yayo will look at this dude like he's anybody? This is what I'm talking about. This is when dudes are trying to make themselves more than what they are. When they need to put, that's Mario Machete said it on here. That's name dropping. Yo, I got beef with Tony Yayo. Yo, Blueface can't come over here. Yo, all them West Coast dudes got to check in. Hey, yo, the game can't come over here without coming to see me first. Yeah, Church Ave Dan salute. This is 1 South. That's a fact, Palado. Yeah. Yeah. That's simple. you ask any homie on the West Coast, and they gonna tell you, yo, once you get shot by one of us, that's it. Ain't no coming back. You see what I'm saying? Ain't no coming back. You got shot. You violated the rules. You got shot. You out of here. That's it. That's the way it stays. And he got shot by his own. That's a fact, E-Dog. Yeah, Yayo mentioned him in the song because he's in the loop. I actually heard that song. I was playing it mad loud when I was driving around. Word. Oh, yo, E-Dog. I was looking for you. That's a fact, E-Dog. He said, shot by your own, you a done diddly. Yeah, you done. I'm with it. New York, New York. I'm definitely with it. Because my son is in there, and that's the worst time to be in there. Oh, the lyric in the Yayo song, he said that like Corey King snitching on OG Mac. Yeah. Nah, he don't know no Toya Yayo, man. This dude don't know nobody. This is bro. I'm gonna tell you word for word what the man told me. The man said like this one time. He said, yo, Cat, you gotta chill. You know what I'm saying? We doing this all for the internet. I got 6 kids to feed. So I gotta keep my prestige up. Because I told people certain things and I gotta go by the things that I told them. So this is all an act. It's a fact. It's all an act. All this is an act. This is what I'm trying to tell people. CK said 50 Cent owed him for paying G-Unit songs. What? Man, that dude is nowhere in those loops, bro. Dude's name dropping for clout, thinking everybody is an internet fool. Yes. Yes. Son told me himself. This is word of everything I love. He said, yo, man, stop messing with me. You're blowing up my spot. And then I got kids to feed. And I got to do this to feed my kids. The other one is doing it. Amy is doing it just because Amy wants to have control of something that, listen, if you was built like that and you was doing all of those things, why they didn't give you any hoods when you was active? Anybody ever asked that question? And no, it ain't no SI was going to give me a hood and this, that, and the third. No. SI didn't even mess with these dudes. SI didn't like CK. Rest in peace, SI. He definitely ain't like him. And he didn't look at Amy like anything. He looked like Amy's like, all right, Amy's useful. That was it. You know what I'm saying? Nah, somebody told me about that Camp Mac joint. CK writes Jay-Z songs. That's why Jay-Z don't write. CK don't speak on it because he don't need the clout. But Jay-Z got billions because of CK. Yeah, that's a fact. That's a whole fact. Jay-Z? Dude. Say, man, this is an average dude, man. All the dude is the average dude. He's not nobody special, not nobody famous. He ain't nobody. Just a regular average dude who's trying to come out up here on the internet, trying to get clout, and trying to be like the top dog. If there's a Dominican blood set, nah, ain't no Dominican blood set. This was never about separatism. Is Casanova 2X paying CK? Hell no, man. Hell no. For protection? Imagine that. Imagine you telling somebody, yo, I'm gonna protect you, but the dudes around you is people that you gotta question. Y'all gonna hear that in my rap song. There's a few dudes that be around that dude that were in indictments and disappeared. Y'all gonna learn that when my song comes out. Dudes that be right around him. That's a fact, Rod Safari. Trust. Hey, yo, E-Dog. I was gonna say, yo, E-Dog. Later on, if you go down Liberty on the back streets or you bump into Blue Black and them, ask them if they know Wildcat. Tell me what they said. Tell me what they say, E-Dog. The dude around Casanova rats. Bro, I'm telling you right now, a lot of these dudes is funny style. They got funny style dudes around them. But they do that on purpose. Because those are the dudes that they use. Oh, you asked them already. They said you real right, you valid. I even asked as a fact. You know what I'm saying? I could do that from Lincoln Park to Woodhaven. That's a fact. You know how you know Blue Black? Payback Trip. That's my dude. Me and Blue Black, that's my dude. Ask him, he'll tell you. Shiesty 8. Go to Blue Black and ask him, he'll tell you. He'll tell you. Yeah. They'll tell you. Bro, I've been doing my thing out in the town for a minute. But I don't talk about what I do on the internet. I'm not trying to make myself anything other than a minister of information to help people not get caught up in the societal and institutional decorum, man. That's the reason for my page. Yes. Yeah, he got sanctioned out west. That's a fact. 88th Street Park, Crispy Chris. I'm from 114 in Atlantic. Ooh, 114 in Atlantic. 114 in Atlantic. What's on 114 in Atlantic? Let me see. I'm walking up 114. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, yeah, I know 114 in Atlantic. Richmond Hill down to Kill. That's a fact. Yeah. That's why I say, bro, let me tell you something, man. You know, I've been around some dudes, man. Oh, he trash. That's a fact, Bob's King. Trash. That's by Jamaica. Yeah, I know. I know exactly who 114 in Atlantic is at. Nah. All right. Then you should know Slim and all that. Slim, you got Slim that be out there. You got a couple of heads that was out there. Rossi. Yeah. The fact. But like I said, I don't go around telling people, oh, I know people here, there, that, the third. You know what I'm saying? But that's what these people do. They put people around them who are no good. I'm gonna see in the song. I'm gonna see in the song about a certain individual that he got around him. I looked this whole stuff up. I got the paperwork and all that. So after I go and do the song, if he tries to deny it or he tries to come out on some nah, that's not me type stuff, I got the paperwork. Yeah, I seen it on E-Dog. Facts. I'm telling you right now. This is why I say it makes no. That's what I'm doing, Anthony. Doggone. It makes no sense to come up here and lie and lie, and then get dudes to make your lives believable. Trying to upload people's content and then say that he's saying this, that, and the third. But everybody knows completely what I'm saying. That's it. You know what I'm saying? I grew up on 75th and 95th Ave. Yeah, Crispy Chris, that's a fact. Who was over there? The fat dude, the fat what's his name? There was a fat dude that was out there. I forgot his Pucho. Pucho was out there at that time. Wildcat is Spanish Pistol Pete really who we say he is? See, today I can't say because I've never been in a spot with him. So I can't say. That's why I don't ever talk about him. Yeah, Pujo. He just got whooped on because he did something that was not good. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, that's a fact. Free Pete, man. Free Pistol Pete. That's another thing, man. Dudes be talking all this stuff about Pete's hood. Bro, if Pete was alive right now and saw some of these dudes that supposedly repping his hood and the stuff that they doing, he would have been on them hard body. Oh, Kilo Rats, Pistol Pete. Okay, I got you. But see, you got to remember also, Church Abdan, you might have some solid dudes around you, but you're always gonna have one or two dudes that you know are questionable, but you keep them around you because they're in cahoots with the people that's trying to get information from them. You see what I'm saying? No, so you got to be careful with those type of people. Now, I learned something this week, and I'm probably gonna do it later. But remember, we was doing the islands. Remember how we was doing the islands, and I did most of them now. I went into the underground. Boy, George was before my time, Big Lou BL, but I believe he was on the island. I was an adolescent. He was an adult. You see what I'm saying? But you're gonna see in a minute. You know, everything comes to light. And the thing about it is that when it comes to light, you bring it to light with honest truth. You don't go and remix and make things up. That's the reason why they ain't getting far with what they say. But he was well old by the time I bumped into him, could do. China Mac, if I'm correct, and I gotta see if I'm correct, I had a conversation with China Mac. That's a fact, John Woo. Yeah, 114 Atlantic. That's Killer Hill. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Ooh, who said that? Joseph Pena. Where there's money, there will always be problems. Where there's groups, there will always be factions. Where there's power, there will always be greed. That is so true. So true. That's why my only mission here is to make sure nobody falls prey to the lies that they hear on this internet from dudes that trying to be somebody that they not. And the reason they never were anybody was because nobody felt that they deserved it. They right now talking about they deserve it on their own. Rest in peace, Venom. Salute, Felicia Cortez. Nah, I didn't bump into Sean the rapper because he was in Clinton in Unit 16, I think it is Unit 14 or one of them joints. That they're IPC and PC. So nobody goes around them dudes. They don't mingle with population or nothing. They got their own block, they eat there, their own yard, and everything. So, nobody deals with them dudes. Yeah, and he became a Hebrew Israelite. So I guess he was reading books. And he became a Hebrew Israelite. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna lie. I was looking at the reason why there's communities in the train system on the ground. I saw how these people were taking baths from the leaky pipes that was shooting out cold water. How these people had communities down there in the train tunnels. And then they did an interview with one dude where he actually had an apartment and he lived down there. And the dude said that the reason he didn't go to the shelter is because when he goes to the shelter, they steal his stuff. And he had problems in the shelter. So that's the reason why he went to the train tunnel. Which only goes to show that even during the dire straits, people still find a way to oppress. You know what I'm saying? I saw a really deep video on that. Really deep. And that's going to be the next thing we're going to talk about. One of the videos that I saw, if y'all want to check it out, is called The Dark Days. It was black and white, but it was these dudes that went down to the train tunnels. I also saw one about the abandoned train tunnels, like the one in City Hall. I saw how one person stood on the train. Well, that's a fact. Free CB. Yo, you hear me, John Woo? I just left CB not too long ago. Yes, John M. Yeah. They were down there living, but they were saying why they was down there. Jared McCaskill, yes, because Wars Island is off the meat rack. Fact, said the Viking. I'm with that. I'm definitely with that. You know what I'm saying? But yo, there was a lot living there for free. Laugh out loud, like it's a studio. Yes, they had dresses, and the man said that he finds more scavenging than he has ever bought. Oh, and I also saw facts, y'all. And I also saw that they have an abandoned train down there that belonged to Franklin D. Roosevelt. He used to travel on a secret train around the city on the ground. I seen that too, and it's still down there. They just don't want nobody to know where it's at, but they haven't touched it. Word. I ain't gonna lie. So I seen a few things, man, that was interesting that we're gonna kick it on. You know what I mean? Rastafari said the money train. Yo, the thing had the wheel. It had the wheel thing. It looks like it's bulletproof. I'm not sure if it was bulletproof, but it looks like it's bulletproof. I ain't gonna lie. There was barely any window. There was one window here. The inside was like luxury, but right now it's been abandoned for so long. But I saw the elevator that goes down. They just don't tell you where it's at. They don't want nobody to know where that's at. But it's still there. They ain't touching it. How they eat down there? They scavenge food from up top on the streets. And then, they put it in their book bag. And when they get enough for the day, they go back down. The dude said he don't freeze, he don't heat. Yeah, I got you. Yo, listen. I was up mad late and I was looking at all these videos, man, for a reason, bro. Serious. Pistol game, the guys who just came home from back in 2010, those guys were the era I hung around before them. So, okay. More people down there. That's where the boogeyman lives. Yo, you got to see how these people live. There's one where I think it was Giuliani who evacuated those tunnels because they had to rebuild for another track. They only let one person stay, a female. Yes, they let one female that's still living down there. Do you know how many years she was living down there? She's been living down there for like 28 years. 28 years been living down there. Word. Facts, April D. Yeah. You know what I mean? So later on when I get back on, that's what we gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? I felt I should elaborate on certain things because I saw the brother's video. And shout out to the brother. I see what he was trying to say because yes, for some people being in a cell like this, it is traumatic, and they don't never be the same. But what I'm saying is simple. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is I might EW Connect videos. I'm gonna see if I can put it out today. If not, definitely this week. I got everything ready. I had an engineer hit me up. He showed me the app to use. So I'm good. Yes. And they was going down in holes. So there's holes on the floor that unless you one of them and you know it, you walk right by it. You probably think the hole is like a sewer. No, the hole. And it's on, for example, you're under the train tunnel. You're in the train tunnel. You're on the side where the tracks is at. Yeah, I got a SoundCloud Rastafari. You're on the side of the tracks, underground, inside the tunnel. There's certain holes that when you go in those holes, they take you down further down underground. You see what I'm saying? It's like, the things that I saw down there, I was amazed. And then at the end of the video, I gotta check it out. It's called The Dark Days. At the end of the video, son had an apartment. He started cooking stuff in the apartment. Because what they said was Giuliani took them all out of there, but he didn't, he told everybody they're gonna have housing. A lot of them didn't get no housing. You know what I'm saying? So, that's gonna be one of the things that we're gonna kick it about. Yeah, they probably don't because they so crunched up. Yeah, the dog days. Hey, dog. Wait till you see that video. You're going to be bugging out. These people are holding interviews down there. You're going to see one dude, he's taking a shower, and there's a big pipe, big giant pipe that water is going through. I don't know if he did it or if it was just like that. There was a leak in that pipe that was shooting down water, cold water. And son is there washing up while the cold water was coming down. Yo, it was crazy, yo. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. So, you know what I mean? Salute to James Life, man. I just wanted you to know that it has nothing to do with traumatic experience. It had to do with dudes that had own personal agendas and bitterness for not being able to be somebody in the things that they were. So now they feel that because the people are weak and don't have enough facts to know right from wrong, they feel that they can uh, remodel history and make themselves the top of the top. You know what I'm saying? And which is crazy. I'm not even nowhere near these dudes' ages. And all I want to do is work, live, love, and enjoy life. These dudes want to be, yo, you gotta do this. Yo, you gotta do that. Yo, you gotta do this. Been through that already. Was that on the news back in the day? Yeah, Jeremy McCaskill. It was. You're gonna see it when you see it on video. You're gonna see it, man. But anyway, I gotta get up out of here because I gotta I know my job is gonna try to holler at me in a minute. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, so definitely we got something real interesting coming up later on, man. You know what I'm saying? And I just want everybody to know, man, you always gotta be your own free thinker in life. We gotta get out of the habit of being willing to follow and have independent minds. Yeah, I'm gonna come back on tonight. You gotta have what's called independent mind to be able to know a lie from a truth. When people create questions, the only reason that they create questions is because those questions are meant to divert from the truth. You see what I'm saying? So, everybody be safe out there. Make sure you sanitize. Make sure that you don't get caught up in the mix either. And remember, man, it's a us thing, not a me thing, not a you thing. It's a us thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm gonna do that right when I get off. I got it right here written on the joint. Eat Banks Young Guns. You know what I'm saying? So y'all be safe out there. Make sure you stay sanitized. Church app there. Later on, I need you to come through. You know what I'm saying? We got an interesting one. Make sure you pop up. You know what I mean? Salute Church app there. Everybody stay focused. Everybody stay away from the garbage. Everybody stay true, man. Nothing but love for everybody. Y'all already know. You know what I'm saying? The Wildcats is building. The Wildcats about to get up out of here. Like about 8, 9. You see what I'm saying? Pardon me, y'all. I was like, yo, hold up. I hardly even hear anything. What's going on?